Okay, today we just starting a new English video to learn about the vocabulary. So, in the last video, we just learned some tips about English grammar, and in this video, we start to learn vocabulary, and I made a list the NGSL words and NGSL spoken. So where is the word list like NGSL spoken? We have a lot of words. And where is it come from? Here is the resource about GSL word list, the new general service list. And we also have a lot of type about the new general service list. Except the normal one, we have a lot of words in the list, and we also have something like academic word list. What is I don't know, or business service list, and fitness English list. And I found a NGSL spoken word list, and I thought if I nerd about all the word in this list, maybe my spoken English will be good than now. So I download this NGSL 1.2 word list and put it in my Notion database. So I let them order the definitions, and what if I don't let them have a order? They will start at A and able, about, absolutely. So I just use a sort, and I sort with the definitions. The definition is a simple meaning about the word. So I use the sort by definitions. Then the word order is complete changed. So I don't want to know word start with A and to Z. So I let the order changed. Today we will learn some word with Gemini. Let me open the Gemini and hello Gemini.
Hi there. What can I help you with?
Okay, could you see my laptop screen?
Yep, I can see your laptop screen. It looks like you're working on some vocabulary. Is there anything specific you'd like to do with it?
Yeah, beginning this vocabulary list, what we will do today, I want to help me to learn some new vocabulary. And this is the list. We start it 1, 2, 3, 3 word we just learned today. Could you help me?
Sure, let's start with the word figure. It can be a little tricky because it has a few different meanings. It can mean a number or symbol, like in math, or it can refer to the shape of something, especially a person. It can also mean to think or consider. Do you want to hear some examples?
Yeah, I want some example. I just don't understand the simple definition an amount that is expressed in numbers, and what is the word figure means.
Here's an example. The graph shows a figure of 10% growth in sales. In this case, figure means a numerical value. Does that make sense?
I don't understand. Could you explain it more simply?
Sure. Think of figure like a shape or an outline. For example, you could say, I saw a dark figure in the distance, meaning you saw the shape of something but couldn't see exactly what it was. Does that make sense?
I can understand you. I see a shape of something, and I don't know what exactly it is and what the connection with the figure.
Right, in that case, figure refers to the shape or outline of something, like a person or an object. It's often used when you can see the shape, but not the details. So you could say, I saw a dark figure in the distance, meaning you saw the shape of something but couldn't see exactly what it was. Does that make sense?
So I want to know, let's do something about the figures information. And I will open a website like the vocabulary.com, and he have a very clearly English meaning about the figure. Could you see this?
I see the link to vocabulary.com page for figure on your screen. It looks like it has a few different meanings. Were you interested in a specific definition, or did you want to explore all the different ways figure can be used?
Yeah, I want to know the text what I select. Is anything with form has center shape or figure, but we most often use the word to suggest a human form. That's why all those dolls are called action figures. They have the physical shape of people. I just don't understand the whole sentence. Could you explain it more or more simple?
Let's break down that sentence. It's saying that figure can mean any shape, but we often use it to talk about the shape of a person. That's why toys that look like people are called action figures. Does that make sense?
Oh, I see. It's just the figure word means we describe a people's shape, and we don't see very exactly the man's look like, and just a figure, and just very not is not clearly, and just a figure. Is that right?
That's right. Figure can be used to describe the shape of a person when you can't see the details, just the general outline. It's like seeing a shadow of someone. You can tell it's a person, but you don't know exactly who it is.
So this vocabulary, this word figure is nouns. Is that right?
That's right. Figure is a noun. It can also be a verb, but in this context, it's a noun. Are there any other words on this list you'd like to explore?
Oh, so can say someone he looks like some figure, and we don't say someone looks like some shape, right?
Yes, that's right. You could say someone looks like a figure if you can see their general shape, but not the details of their appearance.
And how do I say someone looks like some figure? And could you give me some example?
Sure. You could say, I saw a figure in the distance, or that figure looks familiar. It's a way to describe seeing the shape of someone without knowing exactly who it is.
So, just figure it means some shape described a human, and so we can say, I can't see her, but I can see the figure is similar someone. Is that right?
Yes, that's perfect. I can't see her, but I can see the figure is similar to someone. That's a great way to use it. Are there any other words on the vocabulary list you'd like to practice with?
Yeah, I got it. Give me some time and let me record or write it down. Write the some to my notion.
Great. Taking notes is a good way to remember new words. Do you want to review figure again before we move on to dollar?
Oh, here we have. Could you see this in my screen, laptop screen? And we have 5 levels. Could you explain the order about these 5 levels?
Sure. The levels are arranged from easiest to hardest. Novice is the easiest, then beginner, intermediate, expert, and finally advanced. So the higher the level, the more difficult the word is to understand. Do you want to try learning some novice words?
The first level is novice. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Novice is the first level. It's great for beginners. Are you ready to move on to the next word, dollar?
Let me figure out the level about. Then I can make it a right level in this word. And the second is the intermediate, right?
No, intermediate is the 4th level, so it's quite advanced. You might want to start with novice words. Shall we look at the word dollar now?
No, could you give me a right order about these 5 levels and start with novice?
Sure thing. The levels, from easiest to hardest, are novice, beginner, intermediate, expert, and advanced. So novice is the easiest. Does that make sense?
And the elite, what is the elite level?
Elite isn't actually one of the levels here. It looks like the options are novice, beginner, intermediate, expert, and advanced. Ready to move on to dollar now, or did you have more questions about the levels?
I have more questions about the levels. The elite is between novice and intermediate, right?
No, elite isn't actually one of the levels here. It looks like the options are novice, beginner, intermediate, expert, and advanced. So novice is the easiest. Does that make sense?
What means the elite? The elite is not the beginner, and the elite is equals beginner, right?
No, elite isn't one of the levels here. The options are novice, beginner, intermediate, expert, and advanced. Novice is the same as beginner. Ready to move on to dollar now? Or did you have more questions about the levels?
I have a question about the level. Let me clear the level and I will choose a right one to mark it. Why I use the elite? I use the elite because I thought I use this level about the ITRA wrong, and they have some levels, so I use the level about the ITRA wrong. They have, let me figure it, ranking? Oh no.
The page isn't loading right now, but I can still help. Did you want to know how the ITRA ranks runners, or go back to your vocabulary list?
Yeah, I want to know the ITRA runners level and what is the level about. Okay, sounds like the ITRA runner page cannot open. So let's move on and just forget it. I will figure it out for myself. And this word maybe is nervous, is just a start. This word is just beginning, and I mark it novice. Figure can be a noun, right?
Yes, that's right. Figure can be a noun. It can also be a verb, but in this case, it's a noun. Are there any other words on this list you'd like to explore?
So the nouns is part of speech, right?
That's right. Noun is a part of speech. It's one of the categories we use to describe how a word functions in a sentence. Figure can be a noun, a verb, or even have other forms. Would you like to explore some more examples of how figure can be used?
So I just need to mark it a noun. And what's the type about the verbs? Sometimes, what's the situation we use the figure as a verb?
Figure as a verb can mean to calculate or compute something. For example, I need to figure out how much this will cost. It can also mean to consider or believe. I figured you'd be late. Does that make sense?
Oh, the phrase figure out is this figure.
That's right. Figure out is a phrasal verb. It means to solve a problem or understand something. Do you want to try making a sentence with figure out?
Yeah, I always use this phrase figure out, but I don't know the word figure. It's just funny. So the fig used to verbs and is what this mean is as a single word.
Figure as a verb means to calculate or work out something, like in the phrase figure out. For example,
Okay.
I need to figure out how much. So figure as a single word can be a verb meaning to calculate something, like in math. For example, can you figure the tip for me? It can also mean to think or consider. It'll rain tomorrow. Does that make sense?
Yeah. We also have other phrase about figure, not only figure out. We have another something else.
Yes, there are a few other common phrases with figure. Figure on means to expect or rely on something. I'm figuring on a raise next year. Figure in means to include something in a calculation, such as, did you figure in the cost of gas? Figure up means to calculate a total. Let's figure up the bill.
Figure. Okay. We just learned two two part of speech about a figure. The one is nouns, and the other is verb. As a nouns, it means like describe human, what shape, and I didn't know exactly. And as a verb, it means calculator something. Like we all often use the phrase about figure out, right?
Great job with figure. Are you ready to move on to the next word, dollar?
Yeah, let's move on the next word, dollar. Just give me some explain about dollar.
Sure. A dollar is the basic unit of money in the US, Canada, Australia, and some other countries. It's usually equal to 100 cents. Do you want to know more about the history of the dollar, or maybe how it's used in different countries? Oh, also, just so you're aware, I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't rely on me for financial advice.
I will not ask you about financial question. I just want to know about the dollar. And you said you know some history about dollar. Okay, just tell me.
The word dollar comes from Thaler, a type of German coin. The US dollar was created in 1792 when the Coinage Act established it as the country's standard currency. Did you want to know more about the history of the dollar?
No, I will figure out it by myself. And just let me know how to pronounce dollar. Is that right? Dollar.
Yes, that's right. It's pronounced dollar. Would you like to know more about the word dollar? Or are you ready to move on to the next word?
No, let me just remember this. Write it to my notion. Dollar. Dollar have other forms about is dollars. Is just plural.
Yes, the plural of dollar is dollars. So you could say, I have $5. Do you have any other questions about this word before we move on?
No, I just $1 is equal to 100 cents. Cents, right?
That's right. $1 is equal to 100 cents. Anything else you'd like to know about dollars before we move on?
We just nothing between the cents and the dollars, right? We just 100 cents and the next level is dollars.
That's right. 100 cents equals $1. Would you like to explore any other words on your list?
Yeah, let's move on to the next note.
Let's explore the word note. It can have a few different meanings. Did you have a specific meaning in mind? Or would you like to explore all the definitions?
Yeah, I want to explore all the definitions because I know this word, but I don't know the whole shape about this word.
Note can be a noun, like a short written message or a musical tone. It can also be a verb, meaning to notice something.
Okay, so just a noun and verb. Hello? Oh, it's battery low. Let's talk about the word note. Could you see my...
The word note can be a noun or a verb. As a noun, it's a short written record, like a reminder. As a verb, it means to notice something. Do you want some examples?
Could you see my laptop screen?
I see your laptop screen. It looks like you're working on the word note. Do you have any questions about its definition or how to use it in a sentence?
Yeah. I want you to explain this sentence. A note is a very short piece of writing. You might write a note to your sister on the back of your grocery list, or jot down a quick note reminding yourself to call your grandmother later. So, what about how do I understand this situation?
So a note is a quick little message you write down to remember something important. It could be for someone else or just for yourself. Does that make sense?
Oh, I got it. So in the vocabulary.com website, it just give me an example, right?
Yes, that's right. Link to vocabulary.com gives you examples of how the word note is used. Do you want to explore more examples or maybe look at how note is used in different contexts?
Yeah, how to use the note in different contexts. Could you give me more example?
Sure. Besides writing a quick reminder, note can also mean a musical note, like in a song, or it could be a formal message, like a diplomatic note between countries. Did you want to hear some example sentences?
Yeah, you give me two sentences that I'm interested. The note is about music, right?
Sure, here's an example. She can hit every note in that high-pitched song. In this case, note refers to a musical tone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the note is just described about in music tone, like the tone C, D, E, F, G, A, B. All of these is note, right?
Yes, that's right. In music, a note is a symbol that shows the pitch and duration of a sound. B, C, D, E, F, and G are the basic notes, and there are symbols to show how long or short to hold each one.
Yeah, but one note is include the information about how long to hold it, right?
That's right. The word note by itself doesn't tell you how long to hold it. In music, there are different symbols that show the duration of a note, like a whole note, half note, or quarter note.
Oh yeah, you just give me more information. Half note and a whole note. So the word note can describe the how many times we should hold in the music, just like half note, one note, whole note, and another. How to describe the half about half note?
A note is held for half the duration of a whole note. So if a whole note gets 4 beats, a half note gets 2 beats. Did you want to talk about any other musical terms?
Yeah, the whole note is 4 beat, the half note is 2 beat, and how to describe the 1 beat?
A quarter note gets 1 beat. It's written like a filled-in circle with a stem. Want to hear more about how notes and beats work?
Yeah, a quart note. Is that right? A quart note.
Yep, that's right. A quarter note gets 1 beat. It's written like a filled-in circle with a stem. Did you want to talk about any other musical terms?
And how to describe the half of quart note?
That would be an eighth note. It looks like a quarter note, but with a little flag on the stem. Shall we explore other musical notes too?
Yeah, eighth note. We have a whole note, a half note, a quart note, a note, and how to describe about the half of eighth note?
That's a 16th note. It looks like an eighth note, but with 2 little flags on the stem. Are there any other notes you'd like to learn about?
Yeah, the 16 note. We describe the half of 16 note is 32 note. Is that right?
Yep, you got it. Half of a 16th note is a 32nd note. It looks like a quarter note with 3 flags on the stem. Are there any other notes you'd like to learn about?
Oh, okay. It's 32nd note, not 32 note.
My bad, it's called a 32nd note, not a 30th second note. It looks like a quarter note with 3 flags on the stem. Are there any other notes you'd like to learn about?
Could you say it again?
Sure thing. Half of a 16th note is a 32nd note. It looks like a quarter note with 3 flags on the stem.
Okay, about the note, we just expand one situation, and you said two situation. Another situation, what is it?
Okay, besides a short written message, note can also mean a musical tone, like the sound a piano makes. Is there anything else you'd like to know about the word note?
Yeah, I want to know the note has any different meanings. We don't talk about it.
Yes, there are a couple more meanings. Note can also mean a comment or observation, like when you take note of something important. It can also refer to a specific quality or characteristic, such as a note of sadness in someone's voice.
Okay, let me see the a lot of meaning definitions of note by myself. So let me practice the pronounce.
Notes.
So we know 3 words today: figure, dollar, note. Yeah. And thank you, Gemini.
Great job on those three words: figure, dollar, and note. Do you want to practice using them in a sentence?
Could you use these three words and make a sentence for me?
Okay, here you go. The artist drew a figure of a person holding a dollar bill and added a musical note in the corner. How's that?
I can't understand the whole sentence. Could you explain it or split it and give me more simple explain?
No problem. Let's break it down. The artist drew a figure means the artist made a drawing of a person holding a dollar bill tells us what the person in the drawing was holding. And added a musical note in the corner means the artist also drew a musical note in the corner of the picture. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, just describe art, music. How do I describe these guys?
Okay, we could say the artist drew a figure of a person, meaning the artist drew a person. Holding a dollar bill tells us that the person in the drawing is holding money. Finally, and added a musical note in the corner means the artist also drew a musical note in the corner of the picture. Do you want to try making your own sentence with these words?
Okay, this is describe the artist. So I try to make a sentence about myself. I figure out how to use the note describe music, but I don't have any dollars to buy a piano or something in distractor to play.
That's a great sentence. You could also say, I figured out how to use notes to describe music, but I don't have any dollars to buy a piano or an instrument to play. Would you like to try another sentence?
Yeah, I make a really good sentence. Is that right? So I'm so happy now.
That's fantastic. I'm really happy for you. Would you like to share your sentence with me?
No, but because we just record this video have a half an hour, we should take a break.
Okay, that sounds good. We can take a break now and come back in half an hour to continue practicing your English.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.